Bonjour! Hi! In episode 46, I had Brian Clark on the show, and since he's focusing a lot about Visual Studio Code, it was the perfect timing to review with him the Learn module just about that. Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So let's watch it together. So that's the Learn module, and today, the module of the day is Visual Studio Code. So if you never install Visual Studio Code, you know nothing about Visual Studio Code, you're not watching Brian aka Clarkio stream, then this is the module for you. Or maybe you could catch up some stuff and make some points because there's some XP here to win. So that's pretty cool. It's really gamify where they give you points for every module you do. Some modules are part of learning paths. A learning path is a group of modules that could help you for a certification. Microsoft has a bunch of certification and they could be useful. I personally like to do module just randomly about what I'm looking for or things like that, because I think it's a very fast way to absorb some content, and when I found something and I have a lot of fun, I put that in different language like French, and I could report some error and then they fix it very fast. They are really good. There's always new module also, by the way, so it's pretty fun to do. So what do you think, Clark? Mr. Brian, sorry, Clark. Yo.
It's fine. Please don't worry about how you address me. As long as it's something close to my name, I'm happy.
Yeah, it is Clark. It is your family name, so at least I'm not calling you something else, right?
Yeah.
But it's like if your first name was Clark and your family name Io.
Yeah, no, this sounds good. Develop web applications with Visual Studio Code. We're not gonna. Well, it says it's 45 minutes. Are you telling me we have 45 minutes?
I won't read. Okay. I already did that module, and I just want to show what it is, what kind of feedback, and one thing that I really like, and you just brought that, Brian, is that the time. So that's what I like about it, because sometimes you could say, I want to learn about how to deploy, we spent a lot of time talking about static web app. Well, there's a module that explain how to do that from Visual Studio Code also, because I picked that one because it was really an introduction, but there's plenty of other module with Visual Studio Code. But every time you see average what time it could be. Most of the time for me it's always less than that, but it's a good indication, every time I see 45, maybe it's 40 for me, or maybe if it's a lot of text, then it will be more because I'm a slow reader in English. But there's other language, like I mentioned before. So it's pretty cool because most of the time, except this one is really how to install the tool, that they don't give you a context. But because I already did it, I don't have the start button, but usually you have a start button and you just jump from page to page like a wizard thing where you pass through all this stuff. So here it gives you why would you like to open, what it is. Visual Studio Code, it's an open source. A thing about Visual Studio Code that we don't think enough, I think it's compatible on all platforms. So you could have Visual Studio Code running on Linux, on Mac, on Windows, so it's pretty cool. So that's one tool that even if you change PC, you will have, or machine or whatever, you will still have it. And it's based on the Electron platform. That's JavaScript, right? Is it JavaScript Electron?
Yes. It allows you to use JavaScript to build Windows apps, Mac OS apps, and Linux apps.
So pretty cool. And it's specified here that there's a lot of customization possible. So that's pretty cool. And then if you click the continue button, now they explain to you okay, where to go to install it. So of course you go to code.visualstudio.com. Let's put that in the chat just to make it easier for you. If you don't have it, you could start right away to install it if you want. And then like it just show you what, like, you know, what kind of install it is. It is very simple. One thing I would add, and I don't know if Brian, you agree to that, but wrong button, sorry. Here,
if I agree with what?
Like, I would strongly check those two things. It's so nice when you are in Windows, like a file explorer. You could open the file in Visual Studio Code, or you could open the full folder in Visual Studio Code. I would suggest to check all of those, but maybe you'd like another code editor or text editor, so maybe you don't want to register code as the default one. But you know, those two are very, very handy, and I think they add a big plus value to the Visual Studio Code. So would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And the only thing I would say is I imagine somebody that's going through this Learn module, they probably are already using, like, if they have other editors, they might, you know, register those as that. But like if you're looking for this specific module and you're going through it, you probably are using VS Code as your main editor. Because otherwise, why go through this Learn module, right?
Well, because you want to learn it.
That's
like
true.
Maybe like you just get a new job, and before you were using like maybe Electron, or maybe like Notepad++ or whatever.
Yeah.
Like now that's the new tool, and like you want to learn it quick. Or you watch visual, you know, Clarkio videos, and you learn stuff at the same way. So they're explaining earlier today. We saw the user interface with the Monday are hard in English. The control bar. Is it control bar? Control Shift P? Is it how you?
Command palette.
Command palette. Thank you. Command palette. That was not even English. That was just like brain still on vacation.
I got you covered.
So the command palette, so Control Shift P or Command, I forgot the key on Mac.
Command Shift P.
Up in this, and then like you type the command. So that's pretty cool. So they explain all the process. Of course, the favorite things, if your name is Michael Jolie, color team. I think for all of us, but for Michael Jolie, he made it a thing where on his stream you will, by the chat, change the color and like have a lot of fun and mess with him. So like that's always very fun, with some danger because you could be shamed. That's a thing also. But to know it, you need to go see his stream. Look like I'm doing an ads for, hey, go see Michael Jolie's stream. So Michael Jolie is the bald beard build. Bald bearder build. No, bar build builder. Triple B. Yeah. I cannot say his name. Like he changed it on purpose, so now I cannot say his name ever. The check is in the mail. Excellent. And then they explain our focus of today was extension for Azure, or like that are good with Azure, but there's tons of really amazing extension like Python. I had Nina coming on the show, and she said that the extension with Python made Visual Studio kind of the best place to do Python. Apparently, I don't know Python. You know Python, Brian, right? So
yeah.
I'm assuming with Cecile, right? When you do that on your stream.
Yeah, right on this channel.
Yeah,
Wednesdays
on Wednesday
Eastern.
Same time Wednesday.
1:30. Yeah.
There's plenty of other. The one I use a lot also is Markdown. So I use Visual Studio Code just even for edit when I'm writing stuff and things. The Markdown edition, the extension is pretty cool. So there's tons are really cool. So we proved that today. And then like they just explain how to search and things like that. So I don't want to pass too much time on that because we spent already kind of time on that. But still, like just by doing that and reading quickly, you could made I think it was 600 points, XP points. So that's pretty cool, right? Talks about new file, to create new file and things like that. It's really big. So
With those
like,
points, I think you can compete against friends too, right? Like you can be like, oh, I've got more points, I got more badges, because you earn badges for completing stuff and whatnot, right?
well, you could also like it's a gamification of the learning process. I won't make it like a primary objective. I think it's cool, you know, like I'm level 6. I think Jason, who's the co-host of All Around Azure, I think he's level 9.
Ooh, you got some catching up to do, Frank.
Yeah, exactly. Though I don't see that as a competition. It's just cool because, you know, like you feel like you're progressing. You know, like when you learn stuff, of course you're making a progression, but like that's just in your head, right? It's like nothing tangible. So now you see your points. It's just for you, I think. But it is cool, and like you could have like some kind of challenge when Andy was there. So Lucky Slevin. I kind of challenged him to do a module about VMs. He was talking about VMs, and he didn't do the module we introduced, and me neither. So I said, you know what, challenge, let's try to do it. Still on my to-do list though. But yeah, so I think it's a pretty cool extension. Have a look. I paste the link in the chat. And like if you want to learn more about Learn, that's kind of a inception here. You could always go at Microsoft Learn, this URL here, boom, and if you go there, you will see my little, oh, it's not there.
What?
There it is. That's what I was looking for. That's the luggage you saw when I do this.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's
Very
not showing
nice.
again, but
I see.
but yeah, that's the luggage I took. So anyway, so there's plenty of really cool Learn module, and there's learning path, like I said, when you want to learn, let's say Azure, like if you want to learn a little bit more about Azure, there's the classic Azure fundamental. You do that, it's very accessible, and you can learn a little bit about all the services on Azure. So it's kind of pretty cool to do. Interested by other Learn module? Leave a comment down below and let us know what Learn module would you like us to review. And before you go, make sure you click on one of those two. So I have other part of episode 46 and here other Learn module. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you for watching.